deeper into the mental health crisis that sparked an hours-long standoff at a gas station in Charlotte's South Park area.
Yeah, the situation involved a man inside the gas station who reportedly had a gun. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police were able to defuse the situation without using force, and the man was taken into custody without injury. We're digging deeper into the crisis response teams formed specifically for situations like this one. And WBTV's Ron Lee talked with experts on the effectiveness of those teams, and he's joining us now live from the scene of today's standoff.
So Ron, how prepared are police to handle a mental health crisis like we saw today?
Siobhan, the department actually has over a dozen full-time teams, and they're out trying to help people through any type of mental health crisis. There are 400 officers that have been trained, and a lot more to come.
We're not crazy, we're not nuts, we're not psycho.
Fonda Bryant is a mental health advocate. 30 years ago, she says she had an interaction with officers on what she describes as the worst day of her life.
When I had my mental health crisis and I was suicidal, that was 1995. We did not have CIT officers.
Bryant says she was suffering from debilitating depression. There were no formal training for people who were going through mental health crisis back then by officers. She says her encounter with police didn't go well.
I was handcuffed and taken to a mental health facility, and it was not a good day.
But through a pilot program called CIT, or Crisis Intervention Teams, trained officers working side by side with licensed therapists handled a majority of mental health, addiction, or suicidal calls coming into Charlotte emergency lines. Such is the case last year when a trained officer was able to talk down a suicidal man off an overpass along Sugar Creek Road.
We're not criminals. We're having a bad day.
Right now, it's unclear just how many of those CRT teams were in the South Park area after police say an armed man was spotted at the Circle K refusing to come out. Investigators tell us the suspect was suffering a mental health crisis. Officers were able to get control of the situation using de-escalation tactics. But Bryant says because of the lack of funding, if there's no room available, you could be shipped somewhere else.
If they do not have enough beds, you might end up in Greenville, North Carolina, Winston-Salem, Raleigh. They will transport you.
Bryant says more state and federal funding needs to be made available so everyone can get the help they need on the worst day of their life.
Society needs to do a better job. We need to have better and more resources.
Now, if you do find yourself in a mental health crisis, there are plenty of things that you can do to help yourself. You can go online, Google the nearest treatment center around you, or pick up the phone and dial 988 and get in touch right away with a health counselor. From South Park, I'm Ron Lee, WBTV, on your side.
All right, Ron, again, it's really important if you think you have troubles, get in touch with someone. Thank you. All right, it is back to